And we're there. Well, good evening. Good evening to everybody. Welcome to Talking Songs with me, Rowland Jones. And, well, what can I say? We're still in the middle of all this nonsense going on with the COVID thing. I'm pleased to say that I've actually had clearance on it today that I don't have it. So I'm feeling a little bit chirpy about that, which I think is I'm quite justified. And tonight we've got Mr. Joel Jorgensen, who's a friend that I met in Nashville 4 years ago. And we hung out together for a couple of days, and it was good fun. So he's going to be telling us some stuff about his album as well. I know he's had it out for a while now, but there's some lovely stuff in it, so we're going to be talking about that. But before we do that, I shall serenade you with something. This is, I think I'll do. What shall I do? This is quite an old one. I've sung this for ages. This is called "You Give Me the Blues." This was off a CD I did about 5 years ago. And it's a kind of jazzy 12 bar. You can be so funny and you can be so mean. You can be the sweetest thing the world has ever seen. It can be so perfect and it can be so right, but I don't know where I'll be at the end of the night, 'cause I don't know where you're gonna go. You give me the blues. I think about you, baby, every night and every day, but I don't know what you're gonna do or what you're gonna say. You know I love you, baby, for better or for worse. Don't know if it's a blessing or whether it's a curse. You drive me crazy. You give me the blues. Think about the future, forget about the past. Think about the things that will last. You know that's all that matters in the end. To find a lover, to find a friend. You help me get along, you help me write this song. You give me the blues, 'cause I don't know where it's gonna go. You give me the blues. You drive me crazy. You give me the blues. So let's introduce onto the screen Mr. Oh, funny noises there. Introduce onto the screen Mr. Joel Jorgensen. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
It's a pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure.
So,
what have you been up to?
I've been, navigating all the craziness that's going on here in the state.
Yeah.
We're in a bit of a heat wave right now as well, so trying to hide out from that. Writing. I'm a new dad, so we have a 5-month-old boy now. His name's Tristan, and my fiance and I are just super thrilled. And everybody's like, "Oh God, having a kid during the pandemic," but it's actually been really great. Normally with music, I'm constantly going, traveling or whatever, and it's been really nice to get to spend time with him. And
that was great. It's funny, I was reading something in the paper the other day, and they've been doing some sort of research on this, and a lot of people were saying that it's actually especially with dads with young families, that it's been a time when they've actually been able to spend time with their kids. And even with kids that are slightly older, then suddenly they thought, oh, wow, I've got 3 months to spend with my kid. On the other side of the coin, there's people with teenagers who are saying they're dying to get back to work. So, it depends on the age of the kids.
Military licenses and plotting their teenager's death.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, listen, I've been listening to your album. Great stuff. Now, you recorded that last year, is that right? 2019,
yes.
Yeah.
recorded at House of David here in Nashville.
Yeah. The two standout tracks for me are "Turn Me Into Water." Love that. I think there's a bit of a sort of Lynyrd Skynyrd, Little Feety sort of vibe going on there, which is right up my street. And Carolina.
Great.
Lovely tunes. Lovely tunes.
Well, wonderful. I'll play both of those for you.
Oh, great.
And thanks everybody for tuning in. It's a pleasure to meet you. Yeah, I'll do both of those. This album I've been writing it for a few years prior. The first song I'm going to play for you is called "The Drifter." And before I moved to Nashville, I lived in Los Angeles, and I was recording artists out there, and I had a mildly successful band called Angels Fall. It was rock music, and a lot of stuff happened, and I kind of turned my back on the industry and tried to figure out what really made me happy. And I always found myself back with an acoustic guitar, just singing. And so I took a trip out here to Nashville to see what it was all about, because I kept hearing about it. And while I was here, I wrote the song "Drifter" with Shayna G. And I was only here for about a week, and then I went back and I sold everything I owned except for my Harley and my guitars and some clothes. And I shipped that stuff out, and I rode my Harley out from Los Angeles. It took about 6 days. And that was the best way I could think to start the next chapter.
Well, must have been only small amount of time before I met you then.
Yeah, that was right around the same time we met.
Yeah, because I remember you saying about the journey in the Harley. Hey?
We met at Tootsie's, right?
We met at Tootsie's, yeah, the jam session, yeah. We're sitting in with a house band.
Yeah, so Rowland shot a video of me, and then I shot a video of him, and his video was far better than my video. I think I sent it to him. He was like, "Oh, this is great, but here's this one," But we managed to kind of keep in touch over the years.
Yeah, it's been good.
I'm really happy to be on your show. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure, mate. Right, I'll just mute my mic while you.
All right. Well, so yeah, I'm gonna play "Drifter." This is the song about lonesome, wanting to live somewhere else and start my life over. So. And I've been drifting for what seems like ages gone, rolling like a seed in the wind, looking for somewhere to grow. This land's like a desert, and I'm as dry as the soil. I'll keep on drifting until I find my home. So bring on the rain, 'cause I've been waiting for the storm. Just lay me down by the water, let it soak me to the bone. Until then, I'll keep on drifting with the wind. And I've been dreaming of a river that leads to the sea. She's been whispering, I am all you ever need. This land's like a desert, and I've been tumbling with them weeds. I keep on drifting until I find what I need. So bring on the rain, 'cause I've been waiting for that storm. Just lay me down by the water, let it soak me to the bones. So bring on the rain, 'cause I've been waiting for that storm. Just lay me down by the water, let it soak me to the bones. Until then, I'll keep on drifting with the wind. Until then, I'll keep on drifting with the wind. Something
Yeah, nice one.
like
Nice
that.
one.
Yeah. So I think the last time I played, because there's nothing going on out here unless you want to go risk your life and go play one of the honky tonks, which are now shut down.
Right.
It's been a while. I'm so
It's strange. It's strange, though, isn't it? Because I feel the same about it. Is that I've not done a live gig since the 8th of March, and I was normally doing about 3 a week, and I really, as they say in football terms, I'm not really match fit. I don't feel, I'm like out of the habit.
Oh, like I'm trying to. When you're like, I know I wrote this song. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That makes it even more embarrassing to yourself, doesn't it? Really, to think,
yeah.
shit,
Oh,
I
yes.
wrote this damn thing and I can't remember it.
So you had said that you wanted to hear the song Carolina.
Yeah, I think I love that the snare on this, the snare with the brushes just drives it along. It's really neat. I think it's one of those. It's that, and it's got a nice. I have to say I like the production on that. The fact it's like quite open and it's straightforward and it's neat. And so where can people get hold of this album then?
You can find my music pretty much anywhere that you stream, that you consume music.
Yeah.
Spotify and iTunes or Apple Music and pretty much everywhere.
Right.
Got on SoundCloud. I know it's on YouTube, so just depends on where you prefer.
Yeah.
Okay, so Carolina is a song that I wrote when I was living in East Nashville. I walked over to the little corner store to buy some beer and cigarettes, and was actually just left a writing session. Was trying to figure out, I need to write some new music, and there was a guy out front panhandling, and he said he was looking for some money. He was out on travel, and I was like, well, what's going on? And he said, well, my wife passed away a few years ago from cancer, and I just sold everything that I owned and just kind of lost my mind, and I've been wandering across the country chasing her ghost. And that really, it struck me. It was like, right out of left field. I'm like, whoa, So I went inside, bought some smokes and beers and gave him $10 and a pack of cigarettes. I was like, man, I hope you stay safe out there and good luck. And went home and wrote this song. So Carolina. I'm headed down to Georgia, to where we used to meet, beneath them long leaf withered pines, to shade us from the heat. Our youth is locked away beneath the tree root shoreline banks, when blood ran thick as silt and clay, deep beneath them pines. Oh, Carolina, how do I find you? I know damn well you're gone from me, 'cause I saw them sink you deep. Your memory's not what I seek through them shaded trees. And I follow you to the Delta line, where the land meets the sea. Wind and waves swept you away, now forever lost to me. Oh, Carolina, how do I find you? Oh, Carolina, how do I find you? And the leaves of fall are drifting downstream. If I was just 1 inch tall, you know I'd ride them to the sea. Oh, Carolina, how do I find you? Oh, Carolina, how do I find you? I'm headed down to Georgia. That's what he said to me. That'd be it. Still there, brother?
Yeah, cool. Nice. Well, I'll do a tune, and then I've got some questions I want to ask you about the lyrics. That's cool with you? Yeah. Okay, this is called True True Blues. Not born in the Windy City, never traveled down Route 66. You wanna play the blues guitar, you got the chords, you got the licks. Your woman has treated you badly, your friends have let you down. You lost your job a second time, got no money to hit the town. Got that feeling you've paid your dues. Bad, bad feeling. You got the true, true blues. You got that feeling you paid your dues. Bad, bad feeling. You got the true, true blues. You're feeling kinda lonesome, like a last man standing alive. You never felt this bad before, you don't know if you will survive. 'Cause there's problems round every corner, lightning waiting to strike. Always more trouble ahead of you, you know this cannot be right. Got that feeling you paid your dues. Bad, bad feeling. You got the true, true blues. You got that feeling you paid your dues. Bad, bad feeling. You got the true, true blues. Yeah. Things look good from the outside. People think that you're happy and well. They don't know from the other side that you're living in a circle of hell. 'Cause nobody thinks you're unhappy, 'cause you keep up that wholesome smile. true, true. You got the 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 true, true blues.
Yeah,
Thank
love
you.
it.
Um, the reason I picked that one is one of the things that I'm always puzzled about, and how you see it from your standpoint, is that in the sort of music that you do and the sort of music that I do, and they're clearly related. There's bits of blues in there, there's bits of country in there, there's bits of, but the language of the music is essentially American, right? In the sense that it's the normal things. Nobody. I would never write isn't, or unlike I'm much more likely to put ain't in, which I would never use in normal conversation, right? And if I'm talking about places, I'm much more likely to say, never been to Clarksdale than I'm to say I've never been to Cardiff or Bristol. How does that come over to you? Not me personally, but how does it come over to you as an American to hear Brits singing those sort of lyrics? Does it make sense to you, or does it sound a bit odd? Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't sound odd. I mean, it's the story, and it's the story about it. And I think if the lyricist is in the person writing the song is good enough to get the point across about this certain place, like the situation was like this at this place, I'll get the general idea, even though if I don't know. I think for American music, writing and saying ain't or writing about Georgia or things like that, it's the reference person, place, or thing, to give more people like, oh, I've been there, or if you talk about a certain place, hopefully it'll invoke some kind of emotional response, either a memory, like they've been there, or like I know you're gone to me. I saw them sink you 6 feet down, like that. That was his wife's funeral. There's this first line in the second verse, and I try to, when I'm writing things, to be kind of, I don't know what the right word is for it. I try to write not exactly what I'm writing about, but leave it open to interpretation.
Right.
So
writing like a metaphor, really.
Yeah, and like with that song, I generally, when I play it, I need to actually explain the song so people really get what I'm writing about. But I probably, I should probably just play it and then ask people, what do you think? What's going on with the song? They're like, it's a love song, somebody chasing somebody, trying to find them. But the idea of a man losing his mind, and then all the places that he was following her ghost, like these are all things that I was using out of my childhood. Places I used to hang out with, like a girlfriend or something like that. So I kind of put myself in his shoes, because that was all I had. But I was I can't imagine what that would be like, to just
no. I don't know about what it's like in the States at the moment. I know certainly over here, the number of people who are homeless and on the streets is increasing all the time. People are dying on the streets, and it's quite terrifying how often you hear stories like the one you just said, of somebody who's a perfectly ordinary kind of guy, and something happens which just kicks him in a direction that he never gets out of.
Yeah, there's no turning back.
Yeah, it's kind of
and I don't know if it was true or not, or if he was just but to me it seemed like he was honest about it. I could see losing my mind.
Yeah.
I know that there's probably some other factors. He looked pretty rough.
There's another one in another couple of lines in one of your songs. The bottom of it, there was a couplet in that about beating myself up and putting whiskey down. Is that right? Yeah, I like that sort of the juxtaposition of the up and the down. It's really sort of neat. When you write, do you find you kick off from a phrase, or from a musical phrase, or from a phrase of words, or does it vary?
It's kind of whatever happens at the moment. Like, so the bottom of it was, my roommate was complaining about his girlfriend left him. He's, sitting on the couch drinking a bottle of whiskey. And I'm sitting with him like, oh, sure. I'll hang out with you. Let's put it together. I'll listen to your woes and hopefully we'll work through it. And he said, I'm pretty sure that once I get to the bottom of this bottle, I'll figure it out.
Right. Okay.
The whole thing was that he drinks too much.
Yeah.
Or he just drinks too much. And that was it, and she's had enough. So once he said, I'll get to the bottom of it, I was like, oh, ping, 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 song time. So we wrote half of this, and then I don't remember the rest of the evening. And we got up later the afternoon the next day and finished the song. So,
well, that's a bit like Ernest Hemingway used to say about writing, that you should write drunk and then edit sober, which I think it fits for songwriting as well.
Yeah.
I think and he certainly did. There's no doubt.
When I was younger, it was easier. The energy worked. I'm a little older. Trying to write the next day after a bender is a little bit tough.
Trust me, it doesn't get any easier.
So is that the next song you want me to play? You want me,
I don't mind. You
sure.
I mean, I the only things. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, I've heard the album, which I like. But Leslie and I saying that I can remember you playing 3 or 4 songs with a band, but they were other people's tunes in the main, I suspect, because they were just like country standards, weren't they, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think I played Charlie Daniels, Long Haired Country Boy.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Vaguely.
I played some Chris Stapleton, and then I don't know what else I played.
Yeah,
it was a fun time. It
was. We had a wonderful time there, I have to say. The whole month was great. So,
all right.
I'll play, that'd be a good thing to do.
I got bourbon on my breath, a woman on my mind. Still ain't come to terms with this. It's been a long time. I'm beating myself up and putting whiskey down, 'cause I just can't believe that she's gone now. So I'm searching for the answers in a bottle of Jim Beam as to why she had to go and throw away our dreams. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but if I still got this fifth, I'm pretty dang sure I'll get to the bottom of it. Every morning it's the same, her words hammer in my head. I put the bottle to my lips to forget what was said. I'm reaching for salvation and finding emptiness instead. With the bourbon on my breath, to oblivion I'll slip. So I'm searching for the answers in a bottle of Jim Beam as to why she had to go and throw away our dreams. I don't know what tomorrow holds, but if I still this fifth, yes, I'm pretty dang sure I'll get to the bottom of it. Yes, I'm pretty dang sure I'll get to the bottom of it. I'll get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, hang on, you've disappeared again.
Am I gone?
Yeah, no, yeah, I don't know what happened there. No, Leslie just came in and said she was getting some funny noises on the on what was coming in off air. So I was just checking that. It seems
Yeah.
to be all right. It seems to be all right here.
I need to turn down.
No. I think it's something on the line. Let me just check a sec, just to make sure it's not. Um, Come on, then. Let's have a look. Sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. Mhm.
So can you see anybody's responses on that end?
I can't. No, but Leslie can. She gets the feed from. Right. Let's. Sorry, people at home. Just want to make sure this is coming out right. Yeah, that looks all right. Right. Well, okay. Should we carry
Okay.
on? Yeah. What's your next plan? I mean, that you said that. How long did it take you? Did you spend writing that album?
A couple of years writing it,
Yeah.
and then went into the studio and cut it. I released it last year, so I'm overdue for some new songs, uh,
Hmm.
for some new releases. So I've got a couple in the works. Nothing that's really jumped out.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, this is it. And that might just be the fact that I've been super busy with the newborn.
Yeah.
Um,
Takes
and
up a
not,
lot of time, I guess.
yeah,
I
not
mean,
sleeping and partying was like fodder when I was younger. Now it's like,
yeah.
it just burns me out. Yeah.
But do you kind of do you try and set out times to write songs, or does it just happen? Do you think?
Honestly, I've spent more time lately on other people's music,
Hmm.
using other artists' tracks, and helping them through the process. Um, so my fiance said, "When are you going to release some new music? You're spending all your time on other people."
Hmm.
Um, and I feel like that might be the next step in my career, which is doing production.
Hmm.
But you never really know. One thing I've learned in this industry is you can make plans and then you just throw the book out the window because you really don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen,
Well,
how it's going
certainly
to
at the
happen.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just kind of that's just how it is.
Well, I know the situation over here in terms of performing. I mean, at the moment, the only thing that we're allowed to do legally is to actually perform outdoors.
Yeah,
And was that you dinging on me?
I guess so. I thought I had my phone on mute. I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's all right. No, no. Um, I think the situation now is that we're allowed to play music outdoors as long as it's properly socially distanced. Um, but the other thing is that there's a restriction on vocalists and
Mhm.
horn players
Yeah, because we're
because of the
protecting.
fact that because you're pumping air, pumping germs out, and so that makes it kind of tricky, really.
Yeah, they've been they're hanging up shower curtains down here, clear
Shout,
shower curtains
oh
right
right,
right in front of the band. So that's been interesting.
it's not my,
I mean, it kind of kills it, but I mean, at least the people, they get to hear you. Um, and
it sounds like something out of Spinal Tap. That I mean, it's crazy enough, isn't it?
yeah, none more clear. Like literally, it's
Oh, that's weird.
but people are trying to keep it open, trying to keep live music going. Businesses are suffering, so everybody's doing
Mm,
everything they can to make it work.
mm. I know a lot of musician friends I've spoken to recently have been saying, "Oh, I'm trying to do other sorts of work." A couple of them have gone into doing coding for, IT work, and
Coding, that's for sure.
it's like, but as I was saying, well, that's all well and good, but there'll be because of people being made redundant. There'll be people in those industries already who know what they're doing who are going to be made redundant. So you're going to be competing against them. So I can't see an answer to it myself,
Yeah,
but anyway, let's move on from that. Do you want to do us another tune?
sure.
Yeah,
All right. I'm gonna play a song that's not on the album. It's called "We
that's
Just
cool.
Went to Bed Again." It's a love story about two people
Right.
all up in a hotel room.
Okay.
Maybe I deserve this and maybe I don't. Still have her panties in the pocket of my coat. And I don't even know what I said. She's tinfoil hair and a spoken word face. She loves dogs, cats, and she loves this place. She already made the bed. It's 9 o'clock and I can't find my socks. I'm running late, but I guess it's fate. She wants me to stay a little longer. She puts on my boots and nothing else, and kisses me so hard that she leaves a welt. Oh yeah, baby, I'll stay a little longer. So when I said roll on over, coming on in, she took off them covers. We messed up that bed again. This time, baby, I really gotta go. 'Cause if I don't, this is all my fault. We've been through this so many times before. So brush my teeth and I comb my hair, and turn around seeing you standing in my underwear. Next thing I know, we're on the floor. So when I said roll on over, she giggled like a kid. She took off them covers. We messed up that bed again. We messed up that bed again. Woke up the very next morning and I kissed her on her cheek as she was snoring. Made myself some shitty coffee. And she woke up with her hair in knots and suddenly found my clean pair of socks and said, when you leave, I'll be so lonely. Then I said, roll on over, coming on in. She took off them covers. We messed up that bed again. So then I said, roll on over, I'm coming on in. She took off them covers. We messed up that bed again. Hey, we messed up that bed again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that planned for the next album? Do you think?
Yeah.
It sounds nice. I like that. I think I get the impression that you spend a lot of time in your lyrics. I know a lot of sort of. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
It's hard to write a song. I never know. I get a lot of really great ideas and then they disappear. Just as fast as they come. I'll get like a verse, chorus, and I'll sit with it for a few days or sometimes a week, and I'll come back and be like, you know what? It's not worth it. It's not worth it. I think that's why it's taken me so long to write. No,
Yeah, I think
the right.
I mentioned a while ago that my phone was getting very, very sluggish, and I was looking at it and thought, well, I must clear out some of the stuff I've got in there. And like most people do, I use it a lot for, I've got a chord sequence or a phrase or something, and then I just play it into that. And I discovered there were like 200 video clips in there of things that I hadn't done anything with,
Yeah.
and so I started working through them and thinking that, and then you think, oh, well, it sounded all right at the time, but it's not worth the effort, really. But it's kind of difficult because the even even if you've got something to hand where you can actually record it instantly, when you actually do it, the following day it doesn't necessarily sound exactly like it did in your head. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's kind of
Yeah,
lost
sure.
that you had this groove in your head, because I mean when you play a couple of chords on a guitar or something, you've got an idea somewhere along the line of what that will sound like when it's complete. So you record it on but of course the phone only records what you're actually doing. It can't record everything that's going on in your head around it. So when you come back to it the following day, you think, oh, okay, fair enough,
Crap,
and
what was
throw it
I
away and
thinking?
start again. you know, who do you listen to when you're not playing?
Uh, when I'm not playing, I listen to a lot of NPR,
What's
National Public
NPR?
Radio.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's like a news radio. I listen to a lot of podcasts. Um, I I listen to like Tyler Childers. I really and I really he's kind of one of my new favorites.
Hmm.
Back that Sea Change album is probably one of my favorite albums.
Tyler, not a name I know, I have to say.
Oh, Tyler Childers hasn't made it overseas yet. You have to.
No, well, the whole market of what happens in Nashville, only a very, very small proportion of it sneaks out of, well, only a small proportion sneaks out of Nashville, but an even smaller proportion gets to this side of the Atlantic.
He's he is he's from here,
Hmm.
and he's just honest lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get enough of his music. I'm trying to think of some of the other guys. Jason Isbell is fantastic. You've heard of him?
Nope.
No. Yeah. Ward Davis.
Yes.
Yeah.
1 out of 3. It's not bad, is it?
Yeah, another artist. I'm sure you probably never heard of Mr. Al Green.
Yeah. A bit
Yeah.
familiar with that one.
God, I wish I could sing like him. Uh, but yeah, I sometimes I'll just sit back and listen to some of that. If I'm trying to write something, but like some riffs, I've got riffs that I've been sitting on for 2 years that I can't figure out what to do with them. I've written
Yeah.
10 songs with the riff, and it just still hasn't hit yet. So I'm just like, I know you're there. I'm just gonna wait. I'll keep you on the back burner till it's right.
I'll tell you what. I'll play you a tune that is. This was inspired by an American artist that I loved very much, and again, not very well known over here, but I'm sure that you'd be familiar with him, which was Leon Redbone. Yeah, you into Leon Redbone?
I don't know who that is. You said
You don't
Liam
know Leon Redbone?
Leon Redbone. I don't know who that is.
Oh gosh.
Don't hold it against me.
No. I'm just surprised because I've wrote this tune a couple of years ago, and whenever I play it, I always mention Leon Redbone. And I think in the last 4 years, only 2 people actually knew who he was. But I assumed he was better known. He was a singer that it was Bob Dylan that made him famous, because he was playing at some festival near New York on an island somewhere, and Dylan turned up with his entourage. Dylan was already famous, and said, "Where's Leon Redbone playing?"
Mhm.
So Dylan went to see Redbone playing and brought his entourage, and of course lots and lots of people with him. And he became quite famous after that. He was a very quirky guy, looked a bit like Groucho Marx, played sort of like 20s, 30s style guitar. He was quite mysterious because he claimed that his father was Paganini and his mother was an American film actress, which was kind of difficult because they lived in different centuries. And he
Mhm.
also claimed he was born in Calcutta in a thunderstorm, but he wasn't actually. He was born in Crete, and he was actually Israeli. So it's like, But he was a very, very funny guy, and he recorded all sorts of old stuff like Up a Lazy River and things like that. But worth checking out. And I was listening to quite a lot of him at that time that I wrote this. That's why I wrote this. And this is called Am I Feeling Blue? It's early in the morning, the sun is already hot. There's fresh food in the kitchen, and the coffee pot is hot. So why am I feeling blue? No clouds on the horizon, I got money in the bank. My car is sitting pretty, and there's gasoline in the tank. So why am I feeling blue? My baby's gone and left me, now for another man. She says she wants to travel, she does not give a damn. She told me this morning, I said, I don't know what to say. I said, say what you want, honey, I'm leaving you anyway. I'll leave the food in the kitchen, leave the coffee in the pot. I'll take off in my Cadillac, 'cause believe it or not, my baby's gone cold on me, but her sister has not. Fish in the river, there's grapes upon the vine. Last night we had a party, I had a real good time. So why am I feeling blue? My baby's gone and left me, not for another man. She says she wants to travel, she does not give a damn. She told me this morning, I said, I don't know what to say. I said, say what you want, honey, 'cause I'm gonna leave you anyway. So I leave the food in the kitchen, leave the coffee in the pot. I'll take off in my Cadillac, 'cause believe it or not, my baby's gone cold on me, but her sister has not. She has not. My baby's gone cold on me, but her sister has not.
That's cute.
Well, I mean, it's that theme. It runs through the blues quite a lot, doesn't it? About like Hendrix's song about in Red House. He says, "In the morning I'll be leaving. I'll leave your mother too." Oh no, that's a different song again. But you know, it's quite a common thing about the desertion, as it were. So you can play us another tune.
That reminded me of something my dad used to play.
Go on,
what was it called? It was a Jonathan Edwards song. Something like that. Sit down in the kitchen, fix something good to eat.
Yeah.
Ooh, I can hear you.
That was his song.
I'll make the whole day complete. We're gonna lay around the shanty, mama, and put a good buzz on. Something like that. Yeah. Anyways, so what did you want me to play next?
I don't know. I want you to play something that you want to play.
I got Turn Me Into Water, which I know you wanted to hear.
Yeah.
We could do that one, or Wings of an Angel.
Take your choice. You've got time to do both.
We've got time to do both. All right. Yeah, let's do Turn Me Into Water. So this song was actually written by Jude Johnstone. So speaking of Bob Dylan, I met her out here in Nashville, and she just dropped a whole stack of CDs and said, "Hey, JJ, just pick a song that you want. You go ahead and cut it."
Right.
She wrote for Johnny Cash and Bonnie Raitt, Stevie Nicks, Bob Dylan.
All right.
Everybody. She's a huge writer, and I was really honored. And I said, I really like this song, Turn Me Into Water, which was more of kind of a bluesy song.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, like, do your best. Just don't make it sound terrible. She gave me one of those, like, don't screw it up, JJ, Yeah, and I cut the song and I sent it to her, and she's like, "You screwed it up, JJ." And I was like, "Oh God, thanks,
No.
dude." Yeah, no, she was joking. She was really happy with it. So
Cool. I like it. I like
anyways,
it.
the song's called "Turn Me Into Water." I thought this place would be a little softer. It's all so easy, somebody said. Now I'm stuck in a world with no laughter. And all the signs say there's only danger up ahead. Somebody tell me that I'm dreaming. Somebody show me where to run. Maybe I'll find my way tomorrow. 'Cause today I can barely see the sun. Yes, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. One's just a little harder than the other. Yes, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Won't somebody please, please turn me into water? I took my chance on a dream. I did not seem to understand. I did not hear my angel try to stop me. Now I'm down here, reaching up for your hand. Yes, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. One's just a little harder than the other. Yes, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Won't somebody please, please turn me into water? Somebody take me back to where I was before. Turn the key and unlock the door. Yes, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. One's just a little harder than the other. Yes, I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. Won't somebody please, please, won't somebody please, please, won't somebody please, please turn me into water? Yeah, turn me into water. Turn me into water. Won't somebody please, please turn me into water? Yeah. So yeah, that's "Turn Me Into Water" by written by Jude Johnstone.
Yeah, cool song. Cool song.
Yeah, it's a little
Well,
rock.
Joel, it's been great having you. I think I'd like you to finish off the evening for us. I've got a few things to say after that, but I'd just like to say it's good to see you again.
Yes.
And we won't leave it another 4 years before we get together, I don't think.
Yeah. I would definitely like to come over to your side and play some shows and do some touring when things get normal, if that ever happens. I mean,
yeah, it's well, I don't think anything is going to happen certainly till the end of this year. To be honest, I don't think it's.
It's kind of scary right now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very scary. But anyway, thanks for joining in. Thanks for hooking up, and thanks for talking to us about your tunes. And look forward to the next time we can do it. But
Yeah, absolutely.
you can play us out with what you're going to play us out with.
All right. This is usually the last song that I play in my sets. It's called "Wings of an Angel,"
All
and
right, okay.
the song is about kind of a darker period in my life where I just really didn't like the person that I was, and this. eh, I was in a long-term relationship as well, and I just was just putz, you know. And so I wrote this song, and it really became kind of a closure for that part of my life, that portion
Yeah.
of my life, and it's kind of like a little reminder too, what not to. I mean, it starts out right out the gate, and most of the time when people hear the song, they're like, "Oh, geez, what did he just say?"
Okay, take it away.
So thank you again so much for having me, brother. Lost my head on a shot of cocaine. Got twisted up, stumbled again. Got caught deep inside these old twisted pines. And the wheels in my head took me over the ledge, and I was sinking like a ship at sea. The love she was giving was brighter than heaven, but you can't ask a blind man to see. In the words of goodbye, well, they sang through the skies on the wings of an angel that night. Your eyes were sad as I've ever saw, ones that I can recognize at all. I was bent as the crumbling, strung out in Wonderland's home. And the wheels in my head took me over the ledge, and I was sinking like a ship at sea. And love she was giving brighter than heaven, but you can't ask a blind man to see. In the words of goodbye, well, they sang through the skies on the wings of an angel that night. Wings of an angel that night. Wings of an angel that night. Wings of an angel that night.
Great, lovely. Mr. Joel Jorgensen there, fantastic stuff. Yeah, good man. It's really strange how sometimes you meet somebody and you think, yeah, we get on well. And it's like we were sort of it was just as he said. It was sitting in with a house band, and I filmed him and he filmed me, and then we met up later on, and the three of us sat down at breakfast the following day and chatted about this, that, and the other. Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was cool. So hopefully we'll get him back again. Hopefully we'll get him over here doing something. So thanks for tuning in. I think we might have had a few little technical difficulties in the middle there. I'm not quite sure what was happening. It was all right leaving me, as they say in the trade. But it seemed to be seizing up on some of the feed that was going down to Leslie. So I hope didn't destroy your evening's entertainment. So just a quick message. If I hope you like the show. And if you've got any things to say, then do drop us a line. And especially if you're listening in from somewhere distant, be interesting to know who's listening, to be honest. Just give you a quick rundown of who else we've got lined up. Next week you've got Gideon Conn on. Now, for those who don't know Gideon is has got an eccentric songwriting style. He's very, very entertaining, amazing guy. The week after, 28th, we've got Robert Vincent. Now, Robert Vincent is a singer-songwriter based in Liverpool. Whispering Bob Harris has been doing a lot with promoting Rob Vincent's work, and in fact, he was the only sort of contemporary artist to appear on the 30th anniversary edition of Old Grey Whistle Test 2 years ago. 4th of August, we've got Stuart Earle, who's a songwriter from down southwest of the UK. The 11th, we've got Tim Pourbar. Tim Pourbar is a singer-songwriter from New York, who we met on 4 years ago again, when we were in New York, and he's just released a new album, so he'll be chatting to us about that. On the 18th of August, we've got Dr. Tom Atter here, who is a great blues player, and also is a fountain of knowledge when it comes to the blues. Now, I'm going to talk to him about singing the blues and writing the blues in the 21st century. I think that might be an interesting thing. I know that's his thing. 25th of August, old friend Liam McClare here. Some great songs, as ever, from Liam. And 1st of September, Chloe Jones, who normally at this time of year is actually in Nashville. But obviously this year there's not much happening in terms of travelling, so she'll be with us. And then on the 22nd of September, we've still got a few dates free in the middle there. But on the 22nd of September, we've got Emily Fremgen. Sorry, don't know how to say that. Who's a singer-songwriter from New York, who'll be joining us. So that's a pretty full program for a month or two there. So hope you can join us. I would appreciate if you can if you can join the group, so that we can keep you informed as to what's going on. And this will now be posted on YouTube, as we're doing with all the videos, so you can actually see if you've missed it or someone has suggested it to somebody else. Then feel free. So thanks for listening. Thanks for dropping in. Look after yourselves and stay safe. Bye, guys.